Hello, everyone. This is Mike Eldridge at Marlin Financial Advisors. I'm going to show you a free and relatively easy way to find out if your retirement is on track or if you can retire now through this program called Right Capital. I've paid for it myself as a financial advisor, and I can allow as many people as I'd like to use it. You can get to it for free using the link below. Or you can go to my website, marlinfinancialadvisors.com, and click the Start Plan button. Let's go ahead and get started here. I'm just going to put in a dummy email just to show you how it works. You can enter in yours, so you can get back to it anytime you'd like to update it. My password is not long enough. Okay, there we go. And then if you have questions, usually I will reach out to you once you've created it. If you have any questions, I'm giving away financial advice for free. Obviously, if you're in the state of Michigan, you can work with me and we can go over investments. If you're not in the state of Michigan, I cannot go over investments or securities, but I can still help you out with the program and walk you through it. Okay, so let's say, sure, we're going to go through here. We're going to fill out these 6 areas. Actually, we're not going to go through all of them if we just want to look for if I can retire right now. But we're going to go through these, and at the end, it's going to give a percentage based on the calculations, all the figures we can put in. It's going to tell us if we're on track. What's our score, basically, right? We're looking for 80 or above would be pretty good. 70s is, okay. But we'd like to get more than 80 or above here. So let's say, sure, I'm 53. Obviously, you can go in here, change your residence state, change your birth date to make sure it matches up. This planning horizon is how long you want to plan for. I'm going to say I'm going to live to 95. Why not? Okay. That's going to obviously affect things. And then same thing for my joint applicant, put in whoever you'd like in there. You can add participant if that's needed. Let's go for income. I'm just going to do it as if I'm trying to figure out if I can retire right now. So I'm going to skip my salaries and I'm going to put in here my Social Security. And I'm going to go here. You can use simple estimate if you feel like putting in your salary. I'm going to go ahead and put in based on Social Security statement value and say I've received that thing from the government. It says 2000. You can also go to the Social Security website and log in and it'll give you an estimate. Or you can use, if you're a lot younger or something, you can, and you're not even close to that, you could just do a calculator online or something. But I'm going to say I'm going to get $2,000 and so is my joint applicant. And they're going to get $2,000 and it's based on Social Security value, statement value. Make sure you click save every time. Don't click out of the window. It will not save it. Just to make sure. Okay, if you wanted to add in pensions, this is the spot. Add a pension or an annuity. I have a pension and I'm going to get another, this is an annual amount. Social Security was monthly. This is annual. I'm going to say I get $12,000. And I'm going to say it is going to start when I retire. Type is going to be life only. You can obviously do certain if it's for a certain amount of years or if it's for certain / life. And then somewhere in here, and then how much the survivor gets. I'm going to put in survivor gets 0 just for me. If there's an annual increase, I'm going to say no increase. You can obviously do it to general inflation if that's what your pension gives you. So make sure you figure that out. And the rest we probably don't need to mess with. Okay, let's just keep this simple. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So I got 4,000 from Social Security when we retire, and 1,000 or from those dates, and then 1,000 here from my pension when I retire. And I'm going to go back here. We should make this more accurate. I'm going to say I am 70. So what's that? 63 here. I have no idea. If you can't tell, I'm not that old, so I don't know the birth date. It would be 1963. Amazing. That's more realistic. Savings. This is if you're currently saving right now. If you're maybe in your 30s, 40s, and you wanted to use this, you could put in your income Down here, you could put in your saving rates, and that would help with the system, but we're going to keep it simple and just say, can I retire right now? Basically, calculator. Now we get to net worth. So this is where you're going to put in your investments and your retirement savings. We're going to skip properties right now, but if you add, you probably have a home, you can add that in there. Don't add like cars or anything like that, but your home would definitely go in because that will take it into consideration. But I'm going to keep it simple, investment account. I'm going to go ahead and add an account up here. I'm going to go investment. Sure, whatever. 401k. Obviously, you can name it if you'd like to. I'm going to enter the total balance to keep it simple, but you can enter in holdings here. Down here, you can see add holding. You could enter in this guy, and you could enter in 1,000 shares, and you could save it, and you could do that if you'd like to. I'm not going to. I'm going to enter total balance, and I'm going to say I have $1 million. Sure, whatever. And then we're going to go down here and make sure it's included in the plan. It's templated. It's like that, so that shouldn't be an issue. Asset allocation. And you can fill that in if you knew what your asset allocation is with large cap, small cap, everything like that. I'm going to go to based on model portfolio, which is over here. It's the equity / fixed income split, which here is split 20/80 in preservation. I'm going to go to growth because let's say I'm in 70% stocks, 30% fixed income or bonds. There we go. I like that. Okay. Save that. And we're going to add an account. Let's go investment, and we're going to say it's our taxable account. Let's say we have 100,000 there. Or no, here, let's use the other method here. I'm going to go, oops, let me get out of this. Enter holdings. And I'm going to add holdings. Let's say I own VYM. Okay, and let's say I have, what's 1,000? Give me, I want to make sure I make the right amount of money. $100,000, sure. Oh, goodness. Okay, I gotta take my time there. BYM, $1,000 cost basis. What's it at right now? Say at 70. Okay, that will affect it a little bit, so let's do that. And then if you don't know those numbers, you can obviously skip it, reach out to me, I can help you, or you can just kind of do this quickly to get a rough number and then kind of edit it and make it more precise as you go along. But there we go. Okay, and save. Don't forget to save. Ooh, I've done that before. So I got $1 million, say between us and 401k, and then I have 100,000 outside. Okay, expenses. This would be for if you're not doing the retirement. Can I retire now calculator? Basically, if you wanted to do your whole financial plan, you can add that in there. But I'm trying to make this quick here. Goals. We want to retire. No way we're retiring then. We're retiring at 60. Save. Our retirement expenses are going to be what seems reasonable. 8,000. I have no idea. Inflation adjusted. Sure. Simple approach. Yep. Just kind of figure out what you think you'd need to keep living like you are. Keeping it simple. Do not include healthcare costs because if you can see here, they are outside of the plan. Okay. Your long-term care is already built in for 2 years at the end of your plan. So when I'm 94, 95, when the end of the plan is, I will have these two, I will have this expense, and my co-client will also have it. And this is the annual retirement healthcare costs, and that will go up with inflation. I'm actually going to say our spending strategy, which I think this is most appropriate for most retirees, will not go up with inflation. I'm going to do retirement spending smile. Retirement spending smile means inflation goes in a smile, right? So it goes from high down and then back up. Let me see if I can get an annotation thing. It goes like that, right? This part is healthcare costs. It's this right here, this right here. This part is your general expenses, but they actually go down into, let's say, when you're 85 or something, right? Because you don't travel as much, you don't have a second home, you're not going out, blah, 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 right? You have one car, whatever. So that is why there's this smile that actually occurs. So your expenses actually don't go up with inflation. They actually go down. What this is going to do is it's going to have it go down 1%, or it goes up, excuse me, goes up with inflation minus a percent. So if inflation was 2%, minus 1 equals 1%. So it's going to go up 1%. Does that make sense? Inflation's 3, then it only goes up 2%. This is when they've actually surveyed retirees and looked, they're spending, this is extremely common. So let me get rid of all these annotates. That's clear, and let us move on. Hold on. Okay, and we're back. Okay. I got monthly expenses. Great, great, great. And I'm going to go to, oh, we could also add more goals here. Okay, so I'm going to say we want a new car, annual amount. Well, this is going to be just the, so I'm going to say, you know, I'm going to trade in my cars every 5 years, starting in 5 years. So we're going to go here, and it's going to be every 5 years, and it's going to go up with inflation. I'm going to buy, and it ends into both plans. Okay. So you could set, obviously, it to end any after a number of years or whatever. I'm going to show some more of this later. So $20,000 for a car. Save. I'm going to add another goal. Now I'm going to add vacation. So you can obviously add whatever goal you'd like. You can have primary home relocation, but let's just make it quick here. And I'll run through a couple that are common. Vacation. I want $5,000 for vacation every year, calendar year. I'm going to do, obviously, you could do one time. I'm going to do every year. And I'm going to do it for, let's say it ends in 15 years. So let's go 38. Or you could also go after 20 years, whatever. Okay, right? We'll be 80 theoretically. So maybe we won't travel as much. Keeps up with general inflation. Great. And let's go ahead and save that. So now your total retirement expenses are $8,000 just for monthly living. You have your healthcare costs already included. And I have my car every 5 years and my vacation, my $5,000 vacation every year. Great, amazing. We are actually done. Let's complete it. Let's get our final. Let's go here to retirement. It's going to tell me my percent. 12% chance. Okay, so there you go. So obviously I don't have my numbers real figured out right. Let us see why. Well, let's not talk about that right now. But here you can see, let's do today's dollars. Just so we can, you'll see in a second. 12% chance, that's horrible. We can go down here and we can see all these different options that are probable. These 3 up here are probably the most likely. Adjusting retirement age and retirement monthly expenses. I don't have income in there from my job right now or savings, so adjusting this is not going to give me more money, but it's going to give me more time until my funds are actually going to start coming out. So let's say I wait till 62. Let's go 62. What does that do? And you can play around with this as much as you'd like. It's really fun, I think. So if we go to 62, how does that save me? Okay, so proposed plan is the 62. This current plan is what I entered in. If you want to change your current plan, you have to go back to your profile and you have to edit these things we've just edited. Okay, right? Now let's go back to retirement. And this is what you get as the sample. I don't give you all of Right Capital because I think it's confusing. But if you talk to me, we can obviously work that out if you're ready for it. There's a ton of other tabs up there that are really great. But this is the best thing for right now for quick and easy analysis here. We could change here. This is going to be a big one. This is honestly the biggest one right here. So let's go down to 6,000. This will probably do it. 53%, so not great. And I'm going to give myself 2 more years each. 63. Okay, so that's something you can kind of look forward to. Let's say that's good enough right now. Well, that's not really good enough, is it? Social Security, I'm going to go optimal. It's probably just going to bump me till 70. Okay, it actually hurt my probability of success, but it's optimal because it gets me the most out of it. But I have to wait till 70. What if I take as early as possible? 59. Okay, well, let's just do full retirement age here. Okay, and then you could 63%. Let's say we're okay with that, and then we will. If you know at 63%, you're kind of in the 60s and 70s. You're at that spot where it could work, but if you have a market downturn, you can get really hurt. So this is the 60s and 70s. You need to have a backup plan. Personally, right? Recommendation. You need to have something, some trigger to pull to help you out. Maybe it's cutting the vacation. Maybe it's going to one car. You know, there's some things. So as long as you know you have a trigger to pull there, you could get away with it. You really could. Reducing expenses for a year or two, something like that, right? Okay, so let's look through some of these tabs. So this is going to show you the confidence. So what the model is doing, it's running software program, whatever you want to call it. It's running 1,000 simulations based on asset returns, how well your investments do, inflation, on and on. And it's going to give you all these results. And so my results fell within this range. The blue line is the median, so probably take a look at that the most. The dark blue is basically the most likely 50%. I like to look at this number, okay? So we're not getting hit until here. So right at the end of plan, we're kind of getting hit, okay? But you can see in today's dollars, make sure you have this today's dollars clicked on. Basically, my portfolio, and this is true with almost everyone's model, is it's going to want you to keep this, what you start with, basically the whole time in real dollars. So if I started with a million, it wants me to keep basically $1 million in net worth and real dollars. So just for inflation the whole time, because those final 2 years, I'm going to get hit with a big expense for the long-term care. So that's roughly, successful plans will roughly look like that. And some even more conservative ones will go up. They'll go up over time where you actually are doing really well. Let's go through these tabs real quick. Comparisons. No, I don't need that. Savings, no. What am I missing? Oh, up here. Stress test. Here we go. These are the ones I want to look at. Stress test. Confidence is good though. Stress test is the nice one. It shows you your vulnerability to each of these stresses, right? There's baseline, there's market drop immediately. What happens if the stock market goes down? There's taxes go up, Social Security gets reduced, longevity risk, things like this. And at the bottom, you can play with this and you can say, you know, whatever you want to adjust. Tax expense will be, you know, I really hate it or something, or I just want to see what happens if it's 40% higher. And it'll tell you, so I'm at 60% baseline. Taxes would hurt me a little bit. It would take me down 4%, 6%. Okay. And you can kind of see where you're vulnerable at. I think that's the baseline is 20%. Okay. So I'm pretty vulnerable in longevity. If inflation super high, okay. And then you can kind of figure out how you do want to address these risks. And let's go to cash flows. This will show you the actual, I don't want this, I want this. It'll show you the actual distribution. So let's see. So I'm retiring at 64. I'm getting 12,000 from a pension. And you can also click onto these and it'll show you, it'll give you a better breakdown. And then if I go to Social Security, it'll show me each person's. Okay. Let me go back to summary. 12,000 income. And then we have expenses of 94,000. Goals, which are added expenses, and tax payment gets me to this 103 number. So I have to pull 103 out to take care of this. I'm getting 12 from the income for the pension, so therefore I need to take 90 from my retirement account. from somewhere, but it's going to be, well, I do have 100,000 in after tax items. But there you go. You can kind of see the details, net worth, see how that changes over time. And you can see your accounts. Okay, my taxable accounts get drains first, and then I'm here. I'm using my 401k the whole time. There you go. Okay, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm happy to help.